Music production is it's really upsetting to see all the skill taken out of music. Oh, you mean like, auto-tune and stuff? Well, I mean, I think it was in the '90s or so where they effectively solved the music equation and pop music became completely, like, a product to be sold. Like, they know the science behind it, like, down to the exact note is they can run a computer can write pop music, point. Like, like you said, there is no actual skill involved anymore. Hello? What's that? And I'm sure and that's the sad part, I'm sure some pop artists are capable of writing their own music and it being fantastic. They're just not given the opportunity to do so. Did I use stairs for this? No, I used walls. And then you've got the genres of music that they are desperately trying to express themselves and just come off as like, deviant, i.e. like the heavy metal scene and such that nobody gives any credit towards, any professional credit. Everybody's just like, oh, you just go out there and scream. Well, yes, but also no. Got it. Just before it launched me. And you can actually reach in there with a bucket and get water out. Uh, oh, yeah. Let's see. Best way to imagine it, take any current song on the charts, look at the runtime, the lyrics, and the long list of cheats they used. Oh, you're not wrong. You are not wrong. Well, I actually still have time to try and build something new. Oh yeah, I forgot about the whole military thing, right? Well, sure, that works. Where's the center line again? I'm one off. There we go. Let's see. All the singer does is sing a half decent couple times, and they splice the best bits together. Fair. Yeah, honestly, you really want to compare old and new. Go to concerts. Like, watch recordings of 70s, 80s, and hair bands, basically. Even disco. And they're up there putting their entire soul into the song. Like, there's some, like, showmanship to it, some pyrotechnics and stuff, but they don't try to overpower the band. A lot of pop music, you can't even hear the singer or just the noise going on. And it's very specifically to cover up the fact that it is a prepackaged product. And if they're not lip syncing to their own voice, like if it's not already pre-recorded, you can't hear it. Like if they're actually trying to sing live, you'll never be able to hear it. Auto-tune only goes so far. I mean, I'd never be able to get up there and do it myself either. So, power to anybody who can, auto-tune or not. Oh yeah, where is the center on this? I'm one off again. I don't know how I keep doing this, but it's a kind of obnoxious. There we go. Our new cemetery layout. Now you get to watch me fill all this in because happy fun time content right here. Seriously, you should have seen me when I was digging out the hillside. God, that was boring. Oh, you can like something that's indie. All indie really means is that it was self-produced. Like there's a whole bunch of artists right now that are like self-publishing online through little third-party cheapo companies that hold basically you're selling all of your rights to your music to the company instead of keeping any at all for yourself. You get no royalties or anything, but you get published. Your name gets out there, and those are the little twerps going around DMCAing everybody on Twitch right now. They're like, oh, hey, ha, 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 we can make money off of you because we own the rights to a cover of that one song that's in that game. I've got to go. I literally have to go back and do post commentary on one of my Mario and Rabbids videos. There's no other. I cannot salvage the audio, and it generated 4 copyright hits, copyright claims. The instant it went up, and I went back and spent an entire day learning how to filter audio through Audacity and try to salvage the commentary and lower the game sounds in the background so you can't hear the music. And amazingly, it worked. It literally worked. It got rid of all 4 of those copyright claims and generated 2 more. So it generated 6 claims just in one video, and I was so frustrated. And I'm just gonna have to go back and rip all the audio out. You'll notice there's no Minecraft music playing. It's turned all the way down. I will not stream another game that I cannot turn the music off or at least lower it so that you can't hear it so much. And that's the state of video game Let's Plays right now. You can't even play the Mario theme tune without getting DMCA'd. Because Some record company holds the rights to put that on a CD somewhere, and they will take all of your money for all of your effort. Yeah, it's not the game companies. Like, it's not Nintendo going around saying, "Hey, we own the rights to the Mario theme song." It's Nintendo sold the rights of the Mario song to a record label to put it on a CD so that they could market it and sell it so that Nintendo wouldn't have to do it. And now it's that record label going around saying, "Hey, we own the rights to this song. You can't do that. You can't play Mario on theme without paying us money." It's pure greed. Worse, they've got it automated now. Like, fully automated. It's they've got a program right now that can go around and it analyzes live content. It's the first of its kind in the world, and it can, within 3 seconds of listening to your stream, tell if you're playing copyrighted music or not. And they're trying to get legislation passed to make that required for all live streaming platforms: Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, all of it. They're going to try and get this program implemented so that they can charge those companies to use that program, of course, naturally. But it will. The goal of it is to ban you within 3 seconds of detecting copyright content. 3 seconds. Like, if I'm just, if I start humming the Mario theme tune, that'll get me banned within 3 seconds. Yeah. It's ridiculous. I mean, how long is it going to be before cities and towns have to start having DMCA police on the street so that when somebody walks down the street, if they're humming the Mario theme tune, they suddenly get tackled, peppered, sprayed, and beaten to death with a nightstick for humming the Mario theme song? Because they don't own the rights to that. They can't do that. They're not even profiting off of it. Like, none of my YouTube videos are monetized. But by God, somebody else wants to monetize them and make money off of them. That's the world we live in today. Ultra capitalism, ladies and gentlemen, right there. That is the decline of the Western world. Yeah, I mean, that's the problem right there. TTS lyrics and you get banned. Yeah, you can't control that. And Twitch doesn't give you the tools to control that. Fortunately, Twitch has recently sent out a nice little letter to content makers and creators and such, stating that they're going to work on getting better tools to control their stuff. Twitch is just trying to survive. This isn't Twitch doing this. This is everybody else doing this to Twitch. Twitch is just trying to survive. They know the current model is not going to work. They're going to lose all, not some, all of their revenue if this keeps up. They will bankrupt and go under. They're already hurting, and they're about to go under big time because of this. And they know to keep any form of content creators around, they have to adapt. They have to improve. And at least it does seem like they're putting in an effort to try. Whether it'll be enough or fast enough, who knows? Oh, the ads are purely for Twitch. Ads are for Twitch. Ads are not for content makers. They never have been. YouTube, I don't know what YouTube's revenue sharing amounts are. Like, I don't know if it's like 80-20 or something. Apparently, YouTube ad revenue is more than Twitch. Okay, fair enough. Whatever. YouTube also has implemented the new, like, premium subscriber stuff. Like, you can actually subscribe to channels and pay them money now directly. That's cool. I've never done that on YouTube. so I don't know how that would work. Next up, I'm waiting on companies like YouTube and Google to actively filter live content, tell if you're talking bad about the platform, and ban you for that. Like, if you're on here complaining about them banning people for talking about them, they'll be like, "Nope, you can't talk about us, banning you for talking about us, so we're gonna ban you for talking about us banning you for talking about us." I mean, we're very, very, very close to surveillance state. Like, your right to privacy was taken away 30 or 40 years ago in court. I I don't know the ruling. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know the actual legal ruling on it, but I do know that there was a court case, mostly for celebrities, where it's perfect voyeurism, I believe is the term for when you're watching someone and they don't know it. That's still illegal. Like, you're not allowed to take a video of someone without their knowledge and post it online. However, if that person is deemed to be in a public location, they're fair game. So if you're standing out in the street in public, filming towards somebody's house and see through their window and take a film of them, that's covered. You're legal. That's fair. How ridiculous is that? And you have no privacy left in the world. Every keystroke you make on your computer, every website you've ever been to, every phone call you've received, every bit of spam you've ever gotten has been recorded by some company and is in a vault somewhere saved with your name on it for future use against you any way they choose. And all of that information is being sold to data brokers. And all of the data brokers have an agreement with the US government to give it to them freely. I don't think the government even pays them for it. So literally, if you've ever accidentally gotten caught in a pornado, that's a thing, you're screwed. It's like you can hang it up. You're never going to get a government job. You're never going to get government clearance for anything. And here's the even more fun part. I don't know if anybody here has heard of this, but Google the phrase "secret consumer score." You've heard of credit scores. You know what credit scores are. You know, the big three companies that handle all of your lending and financial institutions. Well, okay, they're regulated. As tiny regulations as it is, they are at least regulated. Your secret consumer score is effectively the same thing, but it's not controlled by the big three companies. It's controlled by pretty much everybody else. Banks, your cable company has this information. Insurance companies use this information. And what it is it's an amalgamation of all of the data everybody in the world has on you. So if you frequent adult websites, if you do a Google search for Bowie knives or something, they know about it. If you use a debit card anywhere in the world, they know about it. What kind of store it was, what was purchased, all this other stuff, and it will impact the smallest of things. My example, my personal example, this is exactly what happened to. I was trying to get insurance on my new car after my old one had been totaled. It was a not at fault accident on my part, so I wasn't, responsible for it. Nothing I could have done. I was literally praised by the traffic officer there for my defensive driving skills in preventing an even worse accident from happening. And yet, when I went to get insurance, I could not, for the life of me, understand why my insurance was going to be 3 times as much as a family member who had active accidents at fault and speeding tickets on her record, but mine was higher. And it's because she had an established history of credit usage, of debit card and actual credit card usage. So they knew, knew what her pattern of spending was. And she was a safer bet for insurance than I was, who had never had a debit card in my life at the time. The car was my first bit of credit. And they came at me with a price that was absolutely astronomical for what it was. It was ridiculous. That's the sort of thing that gets impacted by your secret consumer score. Yeah, safer bet. I'm actually going to type that in chat. Literally Google this. Secret consumer score. Do not put credit. If you put credit, you end up with the big three. It's secret consumer score is what it's called. It will terrify you. That is some Illuminati level of jank right there, and that's exactly what controls your life. Nothing you can do to prevent it. All the websites that sell your personal data, that's who they're selling it to. That's not a conspiracy theory. That's an actual economic thing in the United States. Yeah. Rip Luna. Yeah, I pity all of the professional writers who have to look stuff up for their books. It's like how to kill a man with a garrote. um, sure. Yeah. You can type anything you like in chat. I'm not even gonna search. I'm just gonna fill it in. I think that works. That's something that would have taken me 4 or 5 streams to do in survival mode. I still don't know about the andesite here, but I'm gonna leave it for now. Portal is now back. These are gonna have to get lowered. I don't want this up that high, so these are gonna have to come down. That one's just gonna have to go away. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Um, if I had to guess, I don't know. See, that's where virtual private networks come in. And even if you hide your IP address, they can still, they can still get some data off of you. You can't hide everything. Like, these companies know your Netflix watching habits. Good luck with that. Ooh, this is what's gonna suck is my grave markers here. Excuse you? Where did that one go? It's gonna be Blackstone because I can. Nope. His name is all one thing. That's a casualty of me swapping to nights. God of War was a morning time person who would come in. I haven't seen Dr. Monkey either. Minky? Dr. Minky? 1224. Sorry, I'm concentrating on this, Luna. Hmm. I tried to put Tor on my phone, and I never could get it to work right. Oh yeah, they anything. Somebody somewhere is recording all of your info. Oh no! I don't even know whose that was. I forget his numbers already. The proper way around it is to just not do anything that you care about them seeing. And then give us some dies, will you? Magenta, blue, red, green, and purple. First was purple. Pink. Okay, there we go. Salvaged it. You know, it is what it is. The idea of the free state has fallen out of public's domain. Like, nobody actually wants to be free anymore. They all, like, are perfectly fine giving up their liberties for security. And that disturbs me greatly and has done for a decade. Honestly, I think that's the longest lasting effect of the domestic the I almost said domestic terrorist attack, but the actual terrorist attack on U.S. soil. They really need a better name for it than September 11th, but whatever. The World Trade Center tower attacks. Sure, Blackstone it is. But yeah, things like the Liberty Act and the Patriot Act and the Heroes Act and all these other things that they've enacted since then that violently curtail our freedoms are the most un-American thing that has ever happened in our nation's history. And it's terrifying how quickly people were to go, okay, sure. They just were willing to give that up for nothing. They got nothing out of it. They got a war that raised the cost of oil. What they got out of it. Absolutely terrifying. I mean, I don't really consider myself a patriot, but I do like my freedom. I'm actually something of an anarchist, so I much prefer smaller federal governments, and ours is the largest in the world. There's a slight discrepancy there with, you know, personal freedom and liberty. Doesn't exactly work. Hmm. You sound like a crazy nut job, but you know too much. Oh no. No, I would believe that. This is the problem right here. This isn't going to line up. I'm kind of okay with it not lining up. The problem I had when I tried this the first time is, I mean, I'm never going to get away from having a harsh line somewhere. Yep. And I mean, I hate like talking about heavy stuff like this, and it's supposed to be like a nice little entertaining stream, but this is who I am, what I am. I have a sociology degree, specifically because I enjoy, the weirder aspects of culture and society. Honestly, I believe I would have been I would have taken anthropology had my university actually offered a major in that. Yeah, happens when you go to the cheapest college in your area. But hey, I mean, my alternative was to not go, basically. That was my only other alternative. Is I couldn't afford to go on my own. And I was in that wonderful category of I get this every bloody where I go. I get this at work all the time. I get this when I do job interviews. This is every aspect of my life has been governed by this rule of yes, um, I am a top tier candidate. I'm frequently, top of my class, top performance reviews, all this other stuff. I'm as high as you can possibly get on all of the scores in that top category of it, that top bracket, because they filter everything into categories, like, 90 to 100, basically. My problem is that I am always at the 90 end of that spectrum instead of the 100 end of the spectrum. And what happens is they take a look and they go, okay, you're in the 90 to 100 spectrum, so we're going to throw you in there. And I'm competing with the entire group of people who are in that category who are just leagues above me. And this is what happened to me in high school. Is my scores were great, but I was at the very bottom of the top category. And what happened was I had scores that were too high for a partial scholarship. I qualified for a full scholarship, but they weren't high enough for a full scholarship. There were too many people above me who qualified for a full scholarship that got their full scholarship. So I got nothing. There were people below me, quite a bit below me, that got more than I did because I qualified for a full scholarship, but I didn't get one. I didn't get anything. I run into that everywhere I go, and it's frustrating. It's like, oh, I see you've got an excellent resume. You've got all these years of experience and stuff. But here's this other person who has the same stuff and like one more thing than you. So instead of that, we're going to consider you for a lesser position, which wouldn't bother me so much, except the way they present it is like, hi, we're going to try and do you a favor by offering you a minimum wage job. No. Like, I'm sorry, I have 15 years of experience in the workforce. Not the job I applied for a reason. I've had Lowe's do me that way. I have had both of the major hospitals in town do me that way. I refuse to apply to Lowe's anymore, or and I'm banned from Walmart. So everyone is a paid actor. Yes, go full conspiracy theory. Well, I mean, this is as far as I had planned for the town. Now that I've got the graveyard finished. I don't really know what to fill in here without blocking the view of Town Hall. Like, literally, this is the view that I wanted. I wanted to be able to see the cemetery from here as well, but some sacrifices. Now you come in and you go, oh, okay, cool. It's a nice little town. This is really cool. What the heck is that? Suddenly there's this Gothic manor up there and a graveyard. I also wanted to do more. Excuse me. Interesting. So if I hit my mute button and the button next to it at the same time, it doesn't actually mute. Good to know. Sorry about that. The moon is hollow. Oh God. One of my. Hang on. I'm literally gonna choke to death. One of my favorite television shows of all time, Transformers: Beast Wars. They actually pay homage to that. I won't call it a conspiracy theory, but they pay homage to that by having one of the moons in the show be hollow. Turns out it's a super weapon designed to destroy the planet. Oh no. Oh yeah, definitely need to put something right here. Probably the little general store that I had built here. It's like two of these put together, long ways. So it's longer way. If I got time for it, I mean, yeah, I guess so. Go ahead and build one since we're here doing it. Yep, just like that. Wait, hang on. What have I done here? How did I manage that? Whatever. Oh, yeah, I mean, I will I will go for days on weird stuff like that. And I mean, I'm fairly predictable, and I'm pretty sure that whatever government agency I am listed with knows that I'm completely and totally harmless. Like, "Oh, he's all talk, trust me." So I really don't fear anything like that. But, it's like I could never run for government office because they know I'm an anarchist. It's never gonna work. There's a lot of stigma with the word anarchist. Like, yeah, it's there are some people that have done some bad things, but like the concept of anarchy has nothing to do with violence. It is simply a disdain for authority figures and government in general, which I'm pretty sure most people can relate to these days. Hmm. I'm not reading that out loud, but that's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. My assigned NSA is scratching their head most of the time. Like, who is he talking to? Oh, he's talking to his cats. Are you aware that you're holding full blown conversations with animals that are not sentient? Sure. Where else am I gonna have good conversations? Like, I walk out the door and the average IQ level immediately drops by like 80 points. I really hate to sound conceited like that, but seriously, come to Alabama and walk down Main Street and just listen to some of the conversations, and you too will be just absolutely disdainful of walking outside again ever. What's really sad is that something on the order of like, I think we're up to 54, 55-ish percentage of people with an actual college degree in Alabama now. And I'm like, how? Only 8% of people in Alabama have a master's degree. Fun fact. They don't stick with it. They don't go for, advanced degrees, but something like I think it's at least half of everybody in Alabama now has at least a 2-year degree. I think that's what it is, 2-year degree, which is somewhat respectable, I guess. I just don't understand, like you've taken the classes, you've learned critical thinking, right? So I mean, you've had to write reports. You know what this is like, and I don't understand like some of the attitudes around here. They make they're very incongruent with like all statistical data. Makes no sense. What is this? What's going on here? Ah, that's what the problem was. Uh oh. Have you been watching the cat's music? Need torches and doors. Door, torch, door. Thank you. Door. Oh, zoom. There we go. Okay, our little general shop. That works. I would rather there have been a window here, but for fire safety reasons, there needs to be a second exit. Building catches fire, you have to be able to get out. All right, so that eliminates the need for the tower I was going to try and build here. That at least fills the space. I don't know what to do here because I really feel like that's empty and needs something. Don't know what to put there. There you go. You got the little that. I miss having a tower right here in the background. You've got the well, the stables, town hall, the little slum houses. I guess you'd call them. I don't know. I already have decorated the paths here. Oh, oops! I missed the the fence line with the path. I made the path before I made the fence. Haven't bothered to decorate the paths. Hmm. But I mean, overall, pretty much it. That's the little town. I still need to do the open barn right here. Let me finish this. It'll probably be the last thing. Where do I want? Ah, you know what? That could go right here. Another little open. Yeah, whatever. Not gonna worry about it. Dirt me. Polish. Where you at? There you are. That is too long. There. All right. Oh, I don't have the texture pack installed on this one. Hang on. Resource pack. Only 26,000 bronies. That's all you have? Wow, Luna is slacking. Ah, there we go. That's the correct. Oh, that's so much better without the lines on it. That's literally all this texture pack does is remove that square border. So you can still see it when it's on the edge, and when it's by itself, you can still see the border, but it connects the textures, and it looks so much better. That's all that those blocks needed to be decent. I need those. Nope, stop that. Yeah. Mhm. But to get back to what I was saying before about uh, literally walking outside and feeling like the average IQ has plummeted, like I will literally hear people talking about it's contradicting themselves in the same sentence about things that they are clearly uneducated with, like talking. I don't want to go into like direct politics, like actual party lines and such, but they'll literally say something like, you know, government should keep their nose out of my business about this subject, but and then they'll immediately swap to a different ethnic group or something and say, "Oh, but government should definitely regulate their rights on that matter." And I'm like, that doesn't work. That's not how anything works. Like I literally heard somebody the other day say that the president should roll the military, not the National Guard, the actual full-on army and tanks uh, through New York. And I'm like, really? That's not how that works at all. You don't just declare martial law. I mean, you can try. You can certainly try. And I'm grateful that our military, our top military people are smart enough to know better. Because it wouldn't take much. It really wouldn't take much. There we go. Okay. That way. There's a lack of shows that talk about gibberish for an hour that I can get behind. Well, welcome to my stream, Luna. um, what's in here? Random assorted nonsense. Ditch my creative inventory. I earned those leads. I'm not getting rid of them. Murdered that guy fair and square for them. Oh, yeah. Right. I love this part. You come up the stairs, 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 right back down. Ooh, don't like that. That is not where that goes. Just not prepared for this. There we go. Somewhere there had to be an entrance to this. Oh, we're down here. Hello? Pesky Enderman. How'd we even get talking about surveillance state? DMCA and Twitch, I think. And I know I'm a bit more pessimistic than most when it comes to stuff like that. Like, people seem to have faith in the most bizarre things. Like, I'm sorry, are you actively trusting with your life that big businesses has your best interest in mind? Like, really? Like, you honestly think they care about you? No, they care about money. That is all they care about. And they care about regulating a market in a way that makes them more money. Oh, no, no, they don't care. I mean, we had an employee at the hotel that tested positive for COVID, and boss literally told her to come in. She was asymptomatic, but she did test positive for it, and they didn't care. They brought her in anyway because she was cheaper than the alternative. Like, I've worked 40 hours a week this entire pandemic. I haven't had any time off extra for it. I was literally threatened to be fired if I tried to take time off for it. Like, if I invoked my right, I have a protected right in the country to full family medical leave, FMLA. And I was told straight up if I did that, I would be fired. That I was considered an essential position that they could not fill. They don't pay me like I'm an essential position that they cannot fill, but you know, I'm down to I've told them straight up that I'm gonna take a vacation day next weekend. I don't care if they fill it or not at this point. Like, I don't care if they get somebody else to cover it or not. I am not coming in. So they need to come up with something for that because I'm not going to be there. And I'm entitled, in theory, to 3 weeks of, well, 2 weeks at this point, of vacation, paid vacation leave that is guaranteed by our parent company. Like, not even us, it's the bigwigs that are supposed to take care of this. And they very specifically say, effectively, use it or lose it. But they prefer you to use it because they prefer not to get sued. And I lost some vacation time last year because my bosses simply don't bother to cover my requests off. Like, I'll request off and they'll be like, well, nobody can cover it. You can't have it off. Sorry. I'm like, seriously? So yeah, I definitely need a new job. I'm kind of sick of that happening. And there's no legal protection at all for my time off, for my benefits, for any of that. Even though it's against company policy, they're supposed to get in trouble for it. They don't. Their bosses do not care. Our management company that pays our actual payroll does not care. It does not matter. Here we go. I mean, this is a bit janky, but yeah, whatever. It's functional now. That's all I really cared about, was that this would be functional and I could actually get down there. I do need a sign. Where's the sign? There it is. That's the sign that I want. Come here. Yeah. That's the Two Dandy Gamers Memorial Memoriam. Oh, wait, no, hang on. I could fit mausoleum somewhere too to have all of the M words, but we'll be okay, I think. That's a good place to, that's a good thing to leave it at. I would have liked to do some interiors, but I've never enjoyed doing interiors. Fly up a little bit. Like, preferably, this is the view I would like from the entrance right here. Because now you've got one of the mausoleums in the background, the mansion. You can see the little buildings over there. Oh, I forgot to do the underpinning. Stop that. I have to do this. That's half the build right there. Do, do, do. Here we go. This one doesn't get it. This one is different from the rest. It does not have the underpinning. Don't ask me why. It's just the way it is. There we go. You've been a good little town, Blackstone. Farewell.